Hi. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yes, we meet again. It's me, Mr. B or Mr. Bilal Banyala Amin. Today we're going to discuss about another material in English. Okay? Do you know what material will we discuss? I think you have seen the title. Yes, it is about continuous or it has another name. It's progressive tense. What is progressive? What is continuous? It is the same. Let we discuss the next page. If we discuss about continuous, we have three forms of continuous. The first one we have present continuous tense. The second one we have past continuous tense, and the last one we have future continuous tense. What are them? And what we will discuss? I think we cannot discuss all of the three forms, but today we're going to discuss only for this form, present continuous tense. Next, before we go to the formula, we go to the sentence and so on and other. The first one or the first thing that we will discuss is about the definition. Here is the definition for present continuous tense. Present continuous tense is the form of tense it is used to express an ongoing activity in the exact time in the present. I repeat, present continuous tense is the form of tense it is used to express an ongoing activity in the exact time in the present. Or I already provided you the definition in Indonesia, so you can read by yourself in here. I already typed it in Indonesia. Next, here is one example for today. The first example, I already provide you one example. It is 6 o'clock, 16 o'clock. They are discussing something right now. Which one is the present continuous tense? I think if you already know, you know. But because today you don't know yet, I just have to provide the sentence. But for the explanation, we're going to do next. But in here, already have the explanation. They start discussing something maybe in about 1 hour 1 hour ago, but now it's already 6 o'clock, 16 o'clock, and they're still discussing something. So here is the function of present continuous tense. When you already start your activity, but until now, is still doing that activity. Next, here are the formula for present continuous tense. We just like the usual, we have three basic form: the positive form in here, the negative form, and last one we have the interrogative form. If you want to make the general statement, you have to use the positive form. If you want to deny something, you use the negative form, or if you want to ask a question, you use interrogative form. The first for positive form, you have to add subject plus be. You choose one of these be, am, is, are, based on the subject that you have, and then you add the verb one plus ing. And here in the blank space, you can add another object you want to add to make your sentence complete. But if you don't want to add the object, it's okay. Next, if you want to deny something, you have to use the negative form. You have to add subject, and again, you have to add to be, but make sure you choose only one based on three what we call three to be. You choose only one, and then you add not. And don't forget, you use verb one plus ing, because the main point of continuous is the verb one plus ing, and also the to be. If you don't have any to be and verb one plus ing, you cannot say that sentence is continuous. The last form, interrogative form, you add be, you can choose a bit among am, is, are plus subject, and then verb one plus ing, and then don't forget to add the question mark, because if you don't have any question mark, you cannot say your sentence is a question. And here are the example. The first example for the positive form, she is sleeping right now. we are studying today. Or if you want to deny something, she is not sleeping right now. We are not studying today. Or if you want to ask question, is she sleeping right now? Are we studying today? From the first, I'm just going to discuss or to explain the first sentence. She is sleeping right now. It means that the subject she already sleep before the conversation start. Okay, and until now we're talking about she. She is still sleep. Okay, so the activity, the sleeping activity already start before we talk, but until we start talking right now, it the subject still sleep. It also happens for the rest of the sentences. And here is the function. Actually, we have three functions for the present continuous tense. The first, to show an ongoing action at the present. Here is the basic function for the present continuous tense. For example, it is raining and I'm waiting for my brother to pick me up. And another function or another use, you can say to express about an action around that talking, around that conversation. We don't know the exact time, but it is around that time. For example, this semester Arnold is taking 5 classes. We don't know what exactly in that semester, but we know the information Arnold is taking 5 classes in this semester. And the last function, to talk about a plan that you already make sure that plan will be done in the closer time. For example, she is spending her holiday in Bangkok next week. She already planned to spend her holiday in Bangkok in next week. She already book a hotel, book a ticket, plane, and so on. So that a plan already been planned for a long time, and we already buy that ticket. So that plan will be done in soon. Here are the adverb of time. If you find one of these adverb of time, that sentences may be, or we can say 70 or 80% that sentences are a present continuous tense. We have this month, this year, this semester, this week, right now, today, at the moment, and at the present. So, based on that verb of time, we have a similar verb of time with the simple present. So, what are differences between simple present and present continuous? Here are already provide you the differences between two of the tenses. The first difference, if the simple present, it is a repeated activity. We always do that activity again and again and again. For example, your habit. But in present continuous tense, it only happen when we talk, when the conversation is start. After that, we don't know either that activity will still keep on going or not. But in simple present, it must be continue in the next conversation or in the next activity. Another difference, to express about fact, situation, or unexpected activity that cannot be changed. For example, Shala lives in Bogor. But in present continuous, to express a situation or an action for the contemporary, for it only happened in a short time. It always can be changed. But in simple present, that activity or that sentence, the meaning of that sentence cannot be changed in the long time. For example, when we said Shala lives in Bogor, we cannot say that Shala will move to another town in the short time. But in the present continuous tense, it always, because it is only a short time conversation that only happened at that exact time. And then next, the verb that cannot be used in the continuous tense. So some of the verbs you cannot add verb in after that verb. Why? I don't know why, because that is the rule. I don't know, but I can tell you what are the verbs. Okay, the first one, the verb to show an emotion or a feeling. For example, love, prefer, hate, like, appreciate, want, dislike. You cannot add the verb wing after the prefer. For example, I prefer tea than coffee. You cannot say I am preferring tea than coffee. Next, the verb to show about our part of body. For example, hear, taste, smell, and see. You cannot say the cake taste. We can say the cake tastes delicious, but you cannot say the cake is tasting delicious. It is wrong. And the verb to express a knowledge, an opinion, or a trustworthy. For example, think, believe, understand, know, and recognize. The correct one is I believe in his opinion, but you cannot say I am believing in his opinion because this one is wrong. And we also have the verb to show the owning. For example, own, have, possess, belong. The correct one, the car belongs to that bulky guy. The wrong sentence is the car is belonging to that bulky guy. The last one, the verb static verb. For example, seem, be, exist, need, and cause. You cannot say plant is needing the sun to survive, but the correct one, plant needs the sun to survive. Okay, I think that's all. I think that's all for our explanation. We have past continuous tense, but we will discuss this in the next meeting. I think that's all for today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.